This is Laura Rick of the Paranormal Ghost Society. We're at a place called the Carson Pioneer Cemetery. It's one of the oldest cemeteries. You have burials dating back to the mid-1800s. It might be one of the oldest cemeteries in the state of Nevada. And you can see, if you look, and a little cross. Actually, it's a cross memorial on the hill. But if you look to your left, you can see a much older stone. There's about 5-6 gravestones. We're going to do a little work up here. But this cemetery has a lot of historical value. It's also referred to as Welsh Cemetery. And it actually has the first police officer who was killed in the state of Nevada. He doesn't have a grave marker. But it's kind of strange because I believe he was stabbed to death by Billy Mayfield at the St. Nicholas Hotel. And what had happened is they put a police memorial to honor all the police officers who were killed in Nevada just at that same location. But we're going to give you a really good idea of how old this cemetery is. For example, is Williams S. Allen. It says October 25th, 1828, he was born and shot by Indians near Pyramid Lake while in the head of a scouting party called by Colonel Hayes. Died in... Did you get a reading?
It was on red.
Oh, yeah. We're getting readings. There is no power source near here. You can see the Carson Range is here. Right on the other side of those mountains is Lake Tahoe. Wow. What's going on?
I don't know.
We're getting some EMF and Gauss readings. But it is historical. And Ormsby, the famous general, which Carson County prior to this was named Ormsby County. And I'll give you a little bit of history here. I'll read it to you guys. In May of 1860, Major William Ormsby was killed in an ambush by the Paiutes at Pyramid Lake. In June of 1860, William Allen, a scout, was the last of some of the 40 white men killed in the ensuing war. Both were interred here, but Ormsby was later reburied in New York. And, they have this monument to dedicate it to Ormsby, but he is not buried here anymore. And it also says, as I was talking about the Sheriff John L. Blackburn, in 1861, the first Nevada lawman killed in the line of duty was Sheriff John L. Blackburn. The sheriff was stabbed to death in Carson City's St. Nicholas Saloon, which I was saying earlier, while attempting to arrest William Mayfield. Mayfield was convicted of murder, and later he escaped from the territorial jail. The sheriff was laid to rest here next to his friends, Major William Ormsby and William Allen, who served during the 1860 Paiute Indian War, which is known as the Pyramid Lake War. But it's very historical, and you're gonna have to excuse the beeping. You can kind of see that there's what they're trying to do is get rid of some of this snow by getting rid of some of the snow along the shoulders so that people can park. But there's a lot of unmarked burials. You got about an 8 here. There's a lot of unmarked burials, a lot of graves that have no markings at all. And these were some of the first settlers to this region. And of course, they were at war. You know, the Native Americans that were along Pyramid Lake had came here and they fought. And, it was constant tit for tat, I mean, the white men would attack and rape and pillage, and just as much as the Indians would retaliate. the Native Americans would retaliate, you know? Here, you hold this in the other hand, okay? And just go back and forth. Here, we got some more gravestones over here. But when they first came to this region, it was very hostile. And, you know, the Native Americans and the white settlers did not get along. I mean, the Washoe were very peaceful, and they seen the white man here as a source of trade. However, when it came to, you know, Pyramid Lake, there was an ensuing war that went on. Maybe control of territory, I really don't know. But today, the lake is a very sacred place. And these were some of the first settlers before Carson became the state capital of Nevada. But you can see, I mean, we have the beautiful Pine Nut mountain range. And this is your gateway to the Sierras. This looks like a road up here. There's supposed to be 5 tombstones in total. But with all the snow, with all this snowfall we've gotten, it would appear to me, yeah, Jared, this is a road. It would appear to me that,
It's beautiful.
my shoes are slipping. Whoa. Oh, man.
Beautiful.
It would appear that a lot of the fallen gravestones are under snow right now. But this Pioneer Cemetery is very relevant. We want to make sure we cover the history, but also the vandalism, and show everybody that Nevada's first, or one of Carson City's first cemeteries, started on this hill. All these houses you see, buildings, this was nothing but sagebrush. There was no trees, hardly. You just had high desert in here. And so, you know, when they came here, they stayed in tents and cabins. See, we're not getting any EMF readings right now. Only near the tombstones. But, it just goes to kind of show you, for example, that, you know, they would have the funerals right here on the hill. Right below the mountains. So that kind of just gives you an idea of how old the cemetery is. And I know there's more graves. I may have to shut this off, and I may have to search for them. But it's as historically significant as it is probably haunted. It's very important that Jared and we conduct our work accurately when researching this place. And we know Blackburn, Ormsby, Allen, all were friends. And a couple of them met fates that they shouldn't. All three. Actually, let me say it this way. All three met terrible fates. All friends, all met terrible fates. Later down the road, they're buried here on this hillside, and Ormsby was relocated. So anything is possible. You can see as we come around this is some back road that follows the rim of Carson City, and you can look landmark wise and you can see the Capitol building of Carson City, the state Capitol building. So, you know, it's very historical, and to be able to be a part of history here and to have beautiful mountains, 360 degrees we are surrounded by mountains, and Lake Tahoe is just over the mountains. I mean, it's right there. It's right there almost, you know. And of course you get further down here and you know, you get some woodsy, you start getting up into the woods and all that. But we're going to turn around. We're going to look for some other gravestones. Anyways, this is Lord Rick of the Paranormal Ghost Society. We will honor a second investigation here. It will be done at night. Check us out at www.paranormalghostsociety.org, your gateway to the Sierras and anything adventurous and spooky and mysterious across the entire globe. This is your founder, Lord Rick.